welcome back to another video. I know it's been a minute since I did a get ready with me video. You know, life has just been moving so fast. I'm just not truly able to sit down and film and show you guys what I've been doing. So today I will be showing you my skincare routine and some new makeup that I got from Fenty Beauty. So let's get started, girl, because I have to be somewhere in like an hour. So let's get into it. So to cleanse my skin, I'm going to use the Alea Skin Pink Australian Clay Mask. And this was sent to me through PR. I didn't want to give like a first impressions review on this product because I feel like when it comes to skincare, you need to test out the product first, like give it a week to like marinate and do its magic on your skin, then you can see the true results of it, right? So I've been using this for like 2 weeks now, and girl, I'm loving it. So I like to just apply like this much on my skin. One thing about this mask is that it's a cleanser and it detoxifies your skin, like strips down all the impurities and dirt and oil in your skin. So this is really good if you are the type to work out a lot, and I work out a lot, and I use this mask all the time because sometimes I don't feel like, you know, washing my face with a washcloth all the time. Like that sometimes is really rough on your skin. So just applying this on my face, letting it sit for 10 to 15 minutes, and then washing it off with my fingers. So I'm gonna let this sit for 10 to 15 minutes and wash it right off. Okay, I'm back. I washed off that clay mask and my skin feels so soft. This clay mask definitely leaves my skin feeling soft and smooth without like feeling super like stripped, like tight and dry. Like I hate that feeling. Next, I'm going to apply this serum. This is by Daylogic Beauty Drops. This is the energizing facial serum with caffeine and amino acids. I chose this because of the caffeine in it and the properties in caffeine that really helps hydrate and just makes the skin very youthful and plump. With all the serums that I purchased from this brand, this is like the best one for dry combination skin. And then you want to make sure the serum is dry before you apply your moisturizer. So right on top, I'm going to apply my Garnier Soothing Day to Night Mask. This is a moisturizer that can be made into a mask if you use a thick consistency of it, because it's so thick and moisturizing that it just feels so good on your skin, girl. But I don't use this as a mask. I just use it as a regular moisturizer. But look, the consistency is super thick, almost like this Alean clay mask. I feel like I've always had that problem with, you know, doing my regular skincare routine and putting on a moisturizer, and then throughout the day my face feels still dry, like it needs some moisture to it. So at first I thought it was my cleanser, but girl, it was a moisturizer, because using this, my face feels hydrated throughout the whole day. Right on top of my moisturizer, I love spraying my Mara Badescu facial spray. This is the Rose Water facial spray. It's pretty good, but my favorite is the Orange Blossom one because it's so moisturizing, girl. And for me, just spraying a facial spray on top of my skincare routine, it really locks it in, just like if you were to use like a regular setting spray. So that's a little tip for you if you feel like your skincare routine isn't lasting throughout the day. Maybe you should lock it in with a mist or a hydrating spray. Y'all, I've been really into protein shakes and smoothies. This one is blueberry, banana, yogurt, and oat milk. Super good. Oh, and the protein that I put in this was from Organ Protein. I'm gonna link it down in the box below if you guys are interested in it. Sometimes like protein powders can be really like grainy and nasty, but this one, you can barely taste it in your smoothies. It's so good, girl. So majority of this makeup look will consist of Fenty Beauty and a few new products that I purchased. So let's get into it, girl. So to prime my skin, I'm going to use this Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Primer. This is the hydrating one. Just use a couple pumps of it. I feel like the original one is way better. I don't know why. I just feel like this one has a lot of slip to it. I don't know. Super silky. For foundation, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation in the shade 345. In the summer, my summer shade is 350. Right now, I'm 345-ish. I feel like 345 matches my face, but it's a little bit more yellow than the rest of my body. So I think I'm going to apply both. I'm going to apply 345 on the center of my face, and then 350 on the perimeter. Lately, I've been really doing super like natural looks. Like, I don't even remember, no, the last time I wore lashes in a video was for my birthday. So if you want to see that makeup look, that was like a full glam beat makeup look. I was so proud of that video and that makeup look, how that turned out. So I'm gonna link that in the description box down below as well, so you guys can check that out. So I'm just gonna put 350 on the outskirts of my face. And I would use my e.l.f. buffing foundation brush, which is really good for cream liquid foundations, but that brush is dirty. So I'm just gonna use this e.l.f. powder brush, which is also really good for foundations, and press that into my skin. Starting with the 345 first, and then warming it up, pressing it down to my jawline. If you don't blend this foundation out quickly, it can be really difficult to blend out and work with. So you want to make sure that once you apply it, you blend it out. So I'm gonna take my scarf off because I don't want there to be a line across my forehead, like as you see here. So I'm just gonna blend that out, blending it into my hairline. So now that is blended out, I'm going to apply my Fenty Beauty concealer in the shade 330. I really like this concealer just because it's super creamy and it blends out really well. So I'm just putting this on my chin, around my mouth area, my nose, and a little bit on my forehead area. And we're just gonna let that sit and set into the skin for just a minute, just so that the concealer can really grab onto the foundation and seep into my skin. So with a damp sponge, I'm going to blend that out. I want to go in with my Nars Natural Ready Concealer in the shade Medium Dark 1.5, just to brighten up my under eyes just a little bit. I'm just going to apply it right here. And I'm going to apply it around my mouth area. And blend that out as well. Just focusing it right in the center of my eyelid, because that's where I want it to be brighter, not the whole entire under eye area. And just to make sure everything is blended out, I'm going back in with that foundation brush with no product and blending everything in. Now I'm going to cream bronze. I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty Freestyle Cream Bronzer in the shade Teddy. I'm going to use this flat, dense brush and just lightly going in with the contour. Instead of like going just straight downward with the cream contour, I'm gonna go in like a U shape and stopping like mid cheek. So just starting from like my temple and blending it, stopping kind of like on the tail of my eyebrow. I feel like doing this gives me a way more natural contoured look. I feel like contouring from like ear to all the way right here, I mean that's what I used to do, but that technique doesn't give your face any shape. So I just like blending it this way, so the contour is actually giving my cheekbones definition. Like I said in my previous videos, if you have a smaller forehead, don't go ham, okay? Your forehead is going to look muddy and very squished. What I used to do also is go from like right here to right here, but like that's not really my jawline, but literally go underneath your jaw and blend that in. Because if you just go like right here, like on the edge of your jawline, it's gonna look like you have like a stash, and it's just gonna look muddy and weird. So try to literally blend underneath your jawline. That's gonna give you that chiseled jawline look and hide any double chin that you have. That's why contour was made, okay? So next I'm gonna set my under eyes with the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I just heard about the setting powder in the shade Honey, and I was looking at reviews of it. A lot of people say that it has a hint of yellow, but they didn't see that much of a difference between that one and the original one. So it's kind of like, do you need to go out and buy the banana one or the honey one if you already have this translucent one? So I'm just gonna work with this first, and when I run out I would probably get that one. I feel like that shade would really complement my skin tone and my undertones better than the translucent one, but I'm perfectly fine with this. I love this powder. So I'm just pressing my sponge into this powder where the powder is completely saturated in it, and I'm going to lightly press it into the back of my hand just to get that excess powder off, because you don't want to put too much powder on. And once you are finished pressing the product in, that's when you want to blend it out. I'm also going to blend that on my chin and around my mouth area, but I'm not going back into the powder, but just grabbing any product on the back of my hand, because I don't want this to be a super powdered look, because we're going to be applying a lot more powders, boo. So next I'm going to set my entire face with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Loose Setting Powder in the shade Honey. And you don't have to do this step. I just like using a powder that is close to my skin tone like this, just to set where I apply that cream bronzer, because if I go straight into a powder bronzer, it's going to look muddy. So you want to make sure you set that cream product with a light powder. And I'm using a Equal Tools full powder brush. This is a very universal brush. It's so soft and I use it for everything, period. We're looking beat right now. We're not even finished though. So for bronzer, I would use my Fenty Beauty Sunstalker bronzer, but I left that in Alabama with my sister. So for right now, I'm going to use my Tarte Amazonian Clay Bronzer in the shade Hotel Heiress. And I'm going to apply this with a Morphe powder brush and just lightly, very lightly buff that into my skin where I applied that cream bronzer. This was my favorite bronzer though back in the day. I feel like a lot of people were using like contour for their skin. You didn't see brands, period, high-end or drugstore, making different variety of bronzers. Like literally there'll be like 2 options. I'm really happy now that there's brands like Fenty Beauty that are making it a thing. But since Fenty Beauty is like at the top of the luxury makeup brands out there, people are following what they do, because since the brand is so successful, companies are copying everything Fenty Beauty does as far as range, color range. They show love for women of color first and not just a second choice, period. So I'm just going to take like an eyeshadow and lightly go down the bridge of my nose with this powder. Okay, so for blush, I'm going to apply this Fenty Beauty cream blush in this shade Rosé Latte. I'm going to go in with this and apply with a sponge, dabbing it in and blending it on my cheeks. And I love that it's a cream product and I'm putting it on top of powders and it's not separating. Like, that's bomb. Right on top, I'm gonna be extra. I'm gonna use my Nars blush. I just purchased this and this is the shade Orgasm X. I'm just lightly gonna apply this, but a little bit higher since this has like a gold reflex to it. It can also be a highlighter, so I'm just applying that right above that Fenty Beauty cream blush. So for highlighter, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Killawatt highlighter in the shade Afternoon Snack in Mo Honey. This highlighter is so bomb. I cannot wait to use it. I'm gonna first go in with Afternoon Snack, which is like a champagne gold, and I'm taking a Morphe highlighting brush and going in. Y'all see that? This highlighter definitely is giving me like that glass skin look. I just love the way that looks though. I'm just gonna apply that on my cupid's bow, my nose. I'm gonna grab a smaller brush for the bridge. I don't want my nose to be overbearing and too bright. Just like that. Just a small little highlight right in the middle. And then I'm just going to dust whatever's on my brush on my forehead. So for my brows, I'm going to use the Anastasia Brow Wiz. And this is in the shade Dark Brown, girl. Like, look at that difference. Look, this brow and this one looking crazy. So now I'm just going to go back in with my bronzer and an eyeshadow brush and blend that on my crease. This is truly like one of my go-to looks. Like, I don't apply eyeshadow anymore unless I'm doing like a really colorful, dramatic look. Most of the time I'm just using a bronzer because that'll just do the job. This is just a technique to give your eyes some definition. Since you did for the rest of your face, you want to make sure your eyes match. And it can be really subtle, so you don't have to use an eyeshadow. You can just go in with the bronzer. For lashes, I won't be using lashes today. We don't have time for that. I'm going in with my Maybelline The Colossal Big Shot Lash Mascara. This gets my lashes very full, coated, without me having to go in 2-3 times. On the bottom lash line, I'm going to lightly apply that with this flat brush and just lightly blend that in. You could leave it bare, but I just want the top and the bottom row to be cohesive. And then I'm gonna go back in with the Fenty Beauty highlighter and go in with Mo Honey, which is a really sparkly, glittery highlighter, and I'm just gonna dab that in my inner tear duct. it just gives it like a really nice subtle pop. Like, girl, it just brings it all together. So since I have curly eyebrows, it's very important for me to lock them in, so I'm just going to use this NYX Control Freak brow gel, which actually works for me because usually brow gels are like, they're foo-foo, they don't really work, but this one works. You know what I've even tried? I've used edge control on my brows and brushed them up with a spoolie to get them straight. I mean, it worked, but no one's trying to do that. I need my edge control for my edges. Okay, I'm just gonna wipe off any foundation. To line my lips, I'm gonna use the NYX Professional Lip Liner in the shade Nutmeg. So for the lips, I'm going to apply the Fenty Beauty Lip Shine lipstick. I'm using this shade Glazed, which is a really nice nude pink shade. Y'all see that? This sheer lipstick is a vibe. It's a vibe. So to set my makeup, I'm gonna use the Morphe Luminous setting spray. Y'all, this smells so good. My boo thought it was like a fragrance or something. No, setting spray. Okay, you guys, this is the completed makeup look. I love it. Well, this is like truly a effortless, simple. I will almost say this is glam. Like, this is beat, but it's like a glam beat. You know, not doing too much. You know, just really highlighting your natural beauty, and that's all you need sometimes. Okay, you guys, I changed because I'm about to leave and go get lunch. I really hope you guys enjoyed my new skincare routine and me doing my makeup. Girl, it's been a long time since I talked to you guys. Let me know in the comments down below what products you would get from Fenty Beauty or just from this video period. And if you like this video and the content so far, I really appreciate it if you subscribe to see more videos like this. And I'll see you guys on my next video, which will be pretty soon. See you on my next video.